everybody's been posting online about how Iran and Israel, oh, World War III, what's going to happen, you know? And people keep posting the soy jack of nothing ever happens, right? Nothing ever happens. Who cares? I'm all in on nothing happening. And he posted this video just kind of in a response to that. I thought it was interesting. So let's check this out.
Hit execute. Again, forward, 8, 15.
Shut up!
Nothing is going to happen.
Nothing is going to happen!
No one hears the word they say. Has the memory gone? Are you feeling numb? Not a word they say. But a voiceless crowd isn't backing down when the air turns red. With a notice, hesitation, can you say my name? Has the memory gone? Are you feeling numb? Have we all become invisible?
Did you have any initial reaction on that?
Yeah, it's Kino.
It is. It is. It is.
First two songs, yeah, the energy, the music, and the clips are on point.
Very good, yeah.
I don't know what it's saying right off the bat. I don't even know what the message is.
So like my initial thought on it is there's this this meme online. It's, you know, nothing ever happens. Like I said at the beginning, nothing ever happens. And to me, this video, because he puts in these clips of these movies, right, and these shows, but then he also slips in, you know, you saw Reagan in there, you saw, was it Saddam Hussein, you saw Gaddafi. You know, you see these, he does slip in these real world events of things that are happening. And to me,
Right.
what I thought was like, he's trying to say, no, it's not that nothing ever happens. Things are actually happening all the time, but it's just, it's not like a movie. And it's actually something it's more subtle, and it's something that, you know, and they even showed that, who is that guy, the Russian military leader? When he stormed,
Prigozhin?
yeah, Virgo, yes, a year ago. Like, you know, I totally forgot about that guy until I saw this, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that was like that was a happening, right? That was a thing that was happening. And I think that's like it's like, no, actually things were happening all the time, and things have been happening for the last, I mean, forever, but specifically if he wants to talk about the modern world, you know, things have really been happening after World War II. Like, things have really been happening, and they've been pushing us and moving us towards something we're not even going to really realize what has actually taken over us until it's potentially too late, or until we look back on it and go, wait, the world, that's so often people do that online, where they look back at how things used to be, and you almost like, you know, it's like, when did that happen? When did that go away? You know,
Yeah.
how come now we do it this way and then that way we did it? It's like, what happened? And then you have to get people to like dissect it, and it's not many times it's not an event. It's not like a movie of something that, the character has the final battle with the villain or the protagonist. It's more subtle. It's more kind of many little things happening over the course of time that really changes things, and you don't even really realize it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good read. Way he threw in 9/11 there, I think twice in the
Yeah,
clip.
he does a lot in a lot of his videos.
You could, like, no one can deny that was a something.
That was a
even
something,
The nothing,
yep.
Even the nothing ever happens, bros. So to me, he has to be saying, at least to some degree, that the nothing ever happened bros are wrong in this clip. But I think you're right, where it
wrong.
also
They are wrong.
conveys this. It conveys this slower, this more grand arcing spiritual shifts, right? Because, you know, they showed Trump, but it's like it wasn't one thing Trump did. It's Trump. They even showed him when he was younger, I think. And you know, in 9/11 too, it's like, okay, well, that event was big, right? But also it's what that symbolizes, and everything. It's the Patriot Act. It's wars in the Middle East. It's everything that followed from that. And so it's almost like we're watching a more grand plan play out, and everyone hopes to do a right turn or a left turn, some event that's going to just completely change the plot line of the storyline of human history. But what's actually happening is just, it's a slow bend of human history, and it does matter which way it bends.
When he juxtaposes the movies, it's like, you know, when you're watching a movie, you're watching it from a third person's omniscient perspective, to where you see the beginning, middle, end, and the characters and how they progress and everything. And you get this very complete picture. But in life, you know, it's like, if you imagine yourself as a character living in a movie, you have limited knowledge on what's going on. And that's kind of what we're living in the movie of life, where we have very limited knowledge on what's going on. And these things could happen and unfold to us that we just don't even really realize how much they're changing and altering history. And we don't even actually know, when something happens, we don't actually even know if this is going to move us. What direction is this going to move us? We don't always know that. I think that a lot of times, though, when something does happen, a big happening, a 9/11, we come to find out that it actually was not so, it might not have been so organic, and it might not have been something that just happened. It was actually there for a reason. And we are living through it right now. There's a post 9/11 world. It's like the post World War II world. Like, these happenings happen, but we don't really feel the exact immediate effects, but the effects ripple through time for a long period of time. And sometimes those are effects that people have orchestrated to do that and push us towards that. And I think that's also something he's kind of saying.
Yeah.
But